Now we see 175 laps, pit speeds 50 miles an hour. Right now, the conditions here are pretty good. I don't think it's nothing too crazy right now. It's going to chew things up, but let's talk about how to go around this track, huh? Why don't you give us some keys to the race tonight?
Yes, absolutely. And to start things off, key number one is going to be, if you want that long run pace, you're going to be slow and steady down there on the bottom. Just want to wrap the paint on both ends of the track. Think of it more like a Richmond or a Bristol. You know, when you see guys go up a lane or two, you got a good hunch that they're probably going to burn those right sides off, and that's pretty much always been the case here at Las Vegas, so just keep her down the bottom. But if you get a whole bunch of chaos and wrecks in this thing, you're going to want to be running just about every line possible, and that's where the multi-groove racing really comes in here tonight, because you're going to see cars all the way up against the fence. You're going to see them in the middle, top, bottom. It's anything goes here, just about kind of like a bigger homestead. And then finally, aero snap is going to be pretty bad. That aero loose sensation you get when somebody gets to the back bumper. I've noticed this week, if somebody gets to the rear end, while you got the loud pedal kicked in, you're pretty much guaranteed to go for a little bit of a ride.
Yes, you are pretty much guaranteed to go around indeed. Now let's talk about the guys who are going around last week. Here's your race results. Jacob Zala with the fastest lap, but Jacob Prince. This is the wrong league, I think, actually. This is J&M Group. Well, if you wanted to see how J&M Group went, there's a little sneak peek into one of the other leagues that we call here. But here, let's see if we can... Well, we'll go ahead and pick up those at some point a little bit later on here. We'll cover some of what's been going on in the OB Builders Cup Series, because they've had 6 races in now. And so there's definitely going to be some movement here. And now we got it. Here's the league standings right now. Brandon Pasalacqua is your league leader with Louis Becerra in second, Paul Gallimore in third, Adam Benefield in fourth, Paul Hill fifth, Evan Say in sixth, Randy Mullins in seventh, Jan Bender in eighth, Daniel Wiles in ninth, Alexander Carr in 10th for your top 10 here in the OB Builders Cup Series.
Yeah, Pasalacqua right now sitting up at the top of the throne right now. Everybody's kind of had a bunch of mulligans to start the season off here, and he's starting to run away with a pretty big points lead. A 73-point gap to the rest of the field is pretty impressive for his few races we are in right now. Very reminiscent to what Tyler Reddick is actually doing on Sundays in real life at the moment.
That's right. That's right, sir. Now, if we're going to take a moment, let's all just go through and consider locking in who we think is going to take things right now for this race. There's a couple of names on the field that might mix things up this week. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see. We got the lock there. We got the lock here. And let's go ahead and start with you, Sheldon, since you're already locked in. Who have you got for the winner?
Oh, man, I kind of going for a homer here. Benefield put together a really good run last night in NIS. I know how much pace is underneath the hood of that 83 machine, and when it comes to long run pace, I always look at him.
All right, you got it. I put Patrick Gitter up there, and Darby put Paul Gallimore. In the ones to watch, Darby put down Justin Levine. How about yourself, Sheldon?
Well, we got old buddy Austin Edstrom out here making his first start for the OB Builders Cup Series this week, and
hey.
I'm excited to see what he does. He's always been pretty good here at Las Vegas. I know this is one of his favorites.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. And I picked Joseph Causey in the 88 because in these kind of situations, you never know what Joseph Causey is going to get up to, and he's a fantastic driver. So real quick here, let's do the last round. PB Henry for me, and for you,
I got to go with second place in the point standing right now. Louis Becerra, this is a track where if we get a couple short runs, that aggressive pace, and he's starting on the pole right now, and you know he's got a good short run car. So it's late, some chaos happens. I think the 12 machine could be at the top.
You got it, my friend. Now let's go ahead and break down the grid. Here's who's going around. Louis Becerra. Louis Becerra has got the pole position with Nicholas Isaacs in second. Tim Wortman Jr. is in third, with Daniel Wiles in fourth, Russell Black in fifth, Kevin Zosiak in sixth, Brandon Pasalacqua in seventh, with John Binder in eighth, Thomas George in ninth, with J.C. Gibson in 10th.
Rolling out the grid in 11th place is going to be the 54 machine of Randy Mullins with Brian Johnson up top in the 4. 13th is going to be William Deeney with PB Henry in 14th. 15th place, 25 machine of Greg Carr with Kyle Holden up top in the 97. 17th place on the grid going to be the 3 of Lou Christian with Patrick Gitter starting a little bit deeper in the field they wanted in 18th. 19th going to be Jose Medina and Chad Kibbe running out the top 20.
Moving right along, Paul Gallimore in 21st with Chris Vincent in 22nd. 23rd, Chris Davis. 24th, Alexander Carr. 25th, Chris Hudson. 26th, Joseph Causey. 27th, Paul Whitley. 28th, Richard Kleinman. 29th, Paul Hill. And 30th, Keith Long.
One off the grid here in 31st is going to be the 72, Shane Clover with Bryce Rayner up top in the 22. 33rd, the 19 machine, Justin Levine with Evan Sieg in 34th. 35th place is going to be Austin Edstrom with Adam Benefield, Josh Schaffner, and Dustin Hall running at the 38-car field here from Vegas.
A beautiful 38-car field, and here we go. Louis Vizera out there in the front with Isaacs on the outside. Coming down to the line, folks. Get pumped, get excited. Here comes Las Vegas. It's going to be hot. It's going to be fun, and we've got a lot of laps to turn, a lot of spins on the roulette wheel as the pace car goes down. Everyone's going to test their luck now. Here we go down, looking for the man with the flag to start waving it. There it goes. We are go, go, go on Grid Vision. Stealth Racing green flag flies, and away they go. And make that the BK Designs green flag. I'm going to get my names right here.
Not the greatest launch for Becerra. Had to race side by side down to 1 and 2 with Isaacs, but Isaacs struggling a little bit on that outside lane here early. Let's go up at the door. Tim Wortman works himself up to second place. We watch Russell Black now trying to get past the one machine of Isaacs, but they're going to be 3 wide because here comes Pasalacqua down to the bottom. And this is, I think, the first time we've ever seen that 6 car this aggressive at the start.
That 6, yeah, Pasalacqua is really moving at this point. Down, he's hugging the inside line. He's using all of the space that he's got through the tri-oval. He really is pushing, but he's pushing just to get past Russell Black, if possible, I think, at this point. Then he might be able to settle into a bit of a race, a bit of more of the race that he wants to run. But right now, though, he's got a race, and that is a race with the 64 right now, which is on the outside. He's got him by half a car, but we'll see if Pasalacqua has got the momentum he needs to just stay ahead of him. Here we go. Russell Black now slides in behind Pasalacqua, and now the race is behind the two of them, where Nicholas Isaacs and Daniel Wiles are side by side.
You know what this means for Brandon right now, Joe? He is mighty comfortable with the pace that he has in that OB Builders door and trim Chevrolet as we got a battle for the lead heating up around the outside. Here comes Tim Wortman Jr. And this will be a first lap sled for him since I think Daytona.
Yeah, haven't mentioned him up here at the front in a little bit, but the Oconee Hill Products car has made its way up here, and now the 28 of Tim Wortman Jr. crosses the line, officially leading that lap here at Vegas.
The field majority of these guys kind of starting to single file out here, trying to get a little bit of tire saving going. Russell Black slides a little bit higher out of turn 2. Pasalacqua, they're going to try to make a pass to the inside of Louis Becerra. Becerra going to shut the door in his face here through 3 and 4, and it's going to make that 6 machine real tight on exit. You see him wash up the hill. Now he's going to dive down under the apron here, and now he's going to be side by side at the start-finish line.
You absolutely read my mind there, my friend, with the single file comment, but as soon as we say something about single file, that's when the boys decide to split it up a little bit. Once again, we can see Becerra here sliding back a little further, almost side by side with the 64, and just behind them, Thomas George and Nicholas Isaac side by side. George makes the pass, though, on the inside, sliding forward, taking that spot, and a little bit more two-eyed situation has popped up. Ooh, Isaac's into the wall very briefly.
Big wiggle. Thomas George just about sideways out of turn 4, all the way through the tri-oval. The air from the nose of that one machine. Nicholas Isaacs almost wrapping the 99 around here. That would have been a big mess because look at the log jam behind them.
Yeah, it's 2 by 2 by 2. Not
right on board with
sight.
John Bender here running in P9. 23 Chevrolet looking pretty good here tonight, too.
Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Everyone's kind of coming out to Las Vegas to shine if they can here. And the 23 is trying to put the move past the 1. Let's see if he can here. Nicholas Isaacs now having to watch out for John Bender there on the outside. We got a lead change, though.
Yep, Brandon Pasalacqua gets out here, throws a little bit of muscle early, and gets past the 28 of Wortman. Look at how he sets it up here. Runs a little bit higher, and you can do this. You can open up that groove a little bit through 3 and 4, and it can really give you a good launch down the front straightaway. You got to be careful not to do it every lap. Gets up to the outside. At this point, there's nothing Wortman can do. The momentum's in the favor of the 6 machine. It's going to go into 1 and 2, repeat the same strategy, clear himself out of 2, and up to the lead for Brandon Pasalacqua.
Yes, sir. Pasalacqua back up there, holding on to that lead after an impressive early race out of him. Looking good, looking really fantastic. Tim Wortman Jr., a couple car lengths back now, but behind him, more log jamming. A little bit more craziness now, as Becerra is leading a pack of much angrier drivers. Not angrier, I should say, more aggressive drivers, closer drivers right now, as Luke Christian is on the outside of Nicholas Isaacs and making his pass up here. Luke Christian up 10 places so far with a great drive. He's going to go ahead and get almost into the back of the 99, really squeeze him down to the line as Luke Christian is looking to take the 6th place spot.
Look at this. Also up in front of him, John Bender up to 5th place. I remember, I think last year I covered a race in another league that won't be mentioned, but had most of these guys in it. And old John Bender drove all the way through the field. Started out dead last, drove all the way through the field on pace, just long run speed for the 23 machine, got him to the win. I wonder if we're starting to see that starting to click for him again here.
You know, I think I remember that race. I think I might have been there for that moment, because it's one of those things where you recall the pace of John Binder, that steady progress. You recall it when it's over the course of an entire race like that. Now here he is, Binder looking for the inside on Wortman. The 28 going up a little bit high. The 23 is going to take it. Ooh, almost. Let's see if he can get past that quarter panel. It's close. At the line, it's still going to be Binder with a little bit of a wiggle as he just touches the white line just a little bit. He does not have quite the pace to get past Wortman, though. Binder's going to hold on to second. Wortman's going to surge forward.
Way up the hill there for Bender, and it's really going to bottle him up here coming out of turn 2. Going to have to hang out behind Wortman here for another couple laps and figure out how to restage that pass. But here comes a little bit of pressure from behind because the 12 machine of Louis Becerra takes a peek down to the bottom.
That's right. Louis Becerra down at the bottom there. He's getting followed closely by Russell Black. Best he can, and behind another 2-wide situation, George and Christian. Christian makes the pass on George now, finally getting that 6th place spot from him. And he's going to keep surging ahead, looking for more. Up there at the front.
Russell Black might be another one to keep an eye on here today too, though, because one thing I learned last night in NIS, those Team Conti Chevrolets pretty dang fast this week on a long run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You did some driving against them, did you?
I did a little bit of driving to their stuff. I got tired of getting wore out by Levine and Benefield this year.
See, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. And now we've got another 2-wide situation. A lot of 2-wide situations again brewing here in the overall pack. But the one I'm talking about right now is Mr. J.C. Gibson, who is trying to outpace Kevin Zosiak there on the inside. Ooh, Gibson into the wall briefly. It's not going to slow him down any. He's looking to see if he can take it to Vincent now.
As long as you get that wall square and you don't make too heavy a contact, it shouldn't be too much of a problem here for Gibson. Just don't want to get too reliant on it, because you can really throw those right side tire pressures and tire temps out the windows. We see Causey all over the back bumper of last week's winner. Almost shooting MC around coming into turn 1.
That's right. Joseph Causey back there. Evan C. in the middle of this pack. Causey now is the one who is next to Zosiak, as everybody has slid around just a little bit. Here comes Patrick Gitter. High on the outside. And the 2-wide situation is now just a tight little pack of 5 cars. Joseph Causey just holding on as the best he can in that center lane there, seeing if he can fly. No, not going to get the pass on Say any easy way here it's going to be tough, but it seems like Joseph Kazi is sort of stuck there in the middle of that pack, looking around the 13th position there. We'll put a fresh look on everybody for you folks.
Kazi's also one that you're going to keep your eyes on here too, because he only gets but so many races a week. Pretty busy. Got playing hooky when it comes to racing officials. So he comes here into these league races, and he's really got a chip on his shoulder.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's only got so much time to get a race in, and he wants it to be a good race, and he wants to place well. So it's not a matter of a slow burn here in the OB Builders Cup Series for Joseph Kazi. This could be the kind of position where he is driving for place, and he's gonna be moving up steadily over the course of the entire race.
I gotta give it to him as much as we roast Kazi up here in the as much as I roast Kazi up here in the booth. Sorry, I picked it up off Edstrom, buddy. You make it easy sometimes, but as little seat time as he gets here on the sim, as infrequently as he races, most of the time, he kind of just spots some crew chiefs or people, and kind of gives a lot of coaching and advice out to some of the other younger drivers on the sim. But Kazi gets out here and he gets it when he does step behind the wheel. And it's impressive the pace he's able to carry some weeks.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. And he's a name that I will always think, if I see him on the list, okay, he's one to watch out for, one to keep in the back of your mind over the course of the race, whatever race it might happen to be. And right now, we can see that Kazi is still back there behind Evan Say, just a little bit stuck behind those two cars. It feels like can't quite get a good line to get a good pass here. But let's keep an eye up a little further here on the 12. Luke Christian sliding forward, gives Black a little bit of a bump.
Zara with a heavy slide job right there in front of the machine of Russell Black, shutting the door in his face out of twos. We got a battle heating up again. Here comes Wortman Jr. and Bender going at it. Bender trying to get that second place spot away from the 28 machine.
Can he do it? Can he do it? Ooh, very close now. Up here at the front.
That's what I like this line right here that Bender's running. Car will work with you. It'll really make some gains for you. Come in real high. And when you come up on the top line, the car in front of you is going to cross up, cross your nose, take the clean air from you, make it hard for you to drive off. So what you do is you cut under them and try to get shorten up that corner exit as well as get as much clean air to the nose. And it works sometimes it doesn't. It depends on who you're going against. But Bender trying everything he can, trying to take over second place, is a little further back, and it's still a log jam right behind these guys for fifth on back.
There's a bounce off the wall for Bender. Very quick one, though. We mentioned that a quick bounce was not going to hurt you too much here. But behind him, the competition is heating up to see who can get up to him. Oh, we got a big slide.
Arrow slide. Arrow loose again for the 99 machine. I got up to the back bumper there, I guarantee it. Same problem he had a handful of laps ago. This time it came back and bit him pretty hard.
Yeah, wow. That is time number 2 there for him as we go into the way back machine. Take a little look here and see that slide.
Poor George, watch right here. I think that's Isaacs that gets up to the left rear quarter panel. He does that. He packs a little bit of air to him. He's got the car on top of him, so he's already in a compromised aero position. A little bit extra wheel into it, and just get that spoiler air yanked right off the car, and around she goes. But a great save from Thomas George, because if you try to counter steer that, it's going to right hook into the fence, and there's nothing you can do. So Russell Black now down to the inside of Patrick Gitter. Oh, and Black slides up the hill here right behind the 21 machine. Real tight there. Look at the drive Gitter's had to get through the pack. Pretty sure he started about tail end of the field, didn't he?
Yeah.
At 18.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, he was back at 18.
Good Lord, our biggest mover right now, though, up 24 positions. Evan C. in the 333 machine, crawling through this, or charging through this field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's just one arm in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, just like, oh no!
Oh, Kazi's around. Saves it. Big wreck. Justin Levine gets caught up in it.
Russell Black also involved there.
Oh, and they're wrecking into one.
Part there. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is
look
ugly.
at Benefield just barely missing that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Ugh. That was an ugly one. That was like watching someone, watching someone fall down a flight of stairs. Just an ugly fall for the whole back half of the field there. Cars kind of everywhere all over this Las Vegas track. Let's take a look and see if we can find the spot where it kicked off here.
Oh, him and MC come together a little bit. No contact, though. They end up 3 wide here. Gauzy just washes up the hill a little bit there on the front stretch. Gets into him.
Touch of wash. Just a touch.
And know where Levine could go. And I can tell you one thing. The One Sim channel right now is probably a blast to listen to.
Lit up like a Christmas tree, I'm sure. And there we go. You can see.
Look at that hard contact for Randy Mullins. Brian Johnson just gets to the back of Kevin Zosiak. Probably can't even see the wreck happening in front of him. Zosiak goes to lift, and poor machine can really do there. I sort of Adam Benefield could see the future.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like it sometimes. And here we go. Everybody down pit road here. It's a perfect time for them to take that initial break here and get some things fixed up, get topped off. We're only on lap 29, lap 30 of 175 here, folks. So still early in to this Las Vegas excursion.
Also, if anybody wants a kind of a sample of what's probably happening in the One Sim Discord right now, I can tell you, Justin probably said, damn it, when he hit Russell Black. Causy's probably laughing, and Edstrom's probably in there telling Causey he sucks.
It's almost like you hang out with these guys too much. Or like
bit,
you know them extremely well.
A little bit. That's why I call him out so much, though, because, you can't accuse me for bias if I'm constantly roasting him.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And if we look down in our YouTube chat, we see real quick, BS Garage says, Causey's got my vote for the winner's circle.
That's B's Garage, by the way. We go to a good friend of mine for a long time, and the commentator curse that I carry, their dad jokes, you have obviously picked up. So thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. I accept. I'll put myself into the position of being the bad luck charm on the team.
They changed a couple strategies, though.
Yeah, let's going to mix things up a little bit. So we see everybody drive through the BK Designs restart zone. We're going to come around again before we go through that zone and actually kick things off.
Tell you what, I like what I've seen out of that 6 car of Pasalacqua here, though. Showed a lot of aggressive short run pace there. There was no real fall off. He didn't start coming back to the field.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, the fall off wasn't really there. He drove hard, got in a great position, which he's in right now, and is holding on to it. It's not falling off at all. Now, it's not a far ahead thing. It's not like he's running away with it. It's not like one of those things where the whole field is just extremely far behind the guy in the lead. He's fighting just enough for it, but it hasn't caused that fall off, like you said.
And he started the season off with the Super Speedway win. Got a lot of points, been very consistent, ran a lot of great races so far. And I feel like tonight he probably feels like he's playing with house money because, you never see him this aggressive. I feel like with the big old 73-point cushion that he has to the rest of the field right now, he's just on full send.
That's a good cushion, too. That's going to take a lot of chopping down if he gets good points here. Now, let's look for this restart. Let's see what happens. There's the green flag, the BK Designs restart zone, and away we go. We're green yet again.
That's locked with a really good launch. They're log jam behind him, though. Tim Wortman Jr. trying to work the outside lane, struggling with that first corner momentum, though. The 23 machine, they'll go get tight. Here comes Luke Christian to make it 3 wide down the backstretch. And he's going to pull a train of cars with him.
Yeah. What a push there from Luke Christian. We talked about him earlier when he made his way up through the field, and now he's pushing for first.
John Bender going to lose a bunch of spots here. Still struggling to get the momentum back into the 23 Camry. As you see Luke Christian now take the dive down on the bomb through 1 and 2 to get clear of the 12 machine of Becerra. Oh, and Wortman tags the fence a little bit coming down the backstretch. But Louis Becerra's going to throw a side draft on the 3 machine, try to pull him back in here to 3 and 4. The top line's going to persevere because here comes Christian back up to the rear of the 28.
And Becerra just wants to maintain that relevance that he had at the beginning of this race. He was in pole position. He was in great position. He had a pretty good launch, but it was a contested launch. And then ever since then, he's just been fighting to stay up here in the lead and to hold on to the lead. It feels like if anybody's been scrapping up here and, really clawing for what they've got, it's been Becerra.
Yeah, it's been a difficult slide for your Tate Crosby Pole Award winner here tonight. Sometimes you got a real fast piece for qualifying, and it doesn't translate so well into the race. But Louis is going to hang on here. He's doing a good job. Still sitting in the top 5. It's not curtains for the 12 machine just yet, but he does have a mirror full of Patrick Gitter. See 3 wide right now. And Nicholas Isaac stuck in the middle. John Bender down to the bottom. Your Daytona winner, Paul Gallimore, up top, trying to pull a little bit side draft to the 1 machine. That 11 of Gallimore has been good everywhere we've gone this season.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. Gallimore has been very consistently good this season. As we look,
starting the season off with a win.
Nothing beats that at all, my friend. Driving that Chevy, here he is here. And right now, Paul Gallimore is sitting 3rd in points overall. Still sitting about, 80 points behind Brendan Pasalacqua, but 3rd, not bad. Not bad at all. He's just got to look out for guys like Adam Benefiel and Paul Hill, who are close enough to be within shooting range of that 552 points lead that he's currently got.
Never Gallimore, that's a huge night and day difference from how things started out last year. Kind of seemed like he got stuck into everybody else's mess when he really had nothing to do with it. And this year just seems like in the offseason, figured something out with this car, figured out something with the package, the setups. And he's been absolutely cruising since we dropped the green flag a couple weeks ago.
That is absolutely right. Couldn't have put it better myself, my man.
As he goes to tag the fence to prove me wrong here.
That's going to happen. It'll happen.
Oh, we got a yellow.
Ooh.
Wrecking the back.
Yep, very back. Very back. Sounds like Richard Kleinman and maybe Josh Schaffner. Yeah, Josh Schaffner there, Richard Kleinman. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Traveling back in time, and now we've got...
You see Schaffner right there in the orange 50 car. Comes up track here in front of the 7. Hey, went high. Looked like he was probably going to commit to the top line. Comes down and really could have been done there. You can't really anticipate that if you're the trailing car. You see somebody cut up at the top like that coming into the corner, you kind of expect him to run up against the fence. And
yeah,
Schaffner probably just thought he was clear of Kleinman. And that closing rate, corner entry, can be the death people. And that's what we saw right here. See the hood fly up, going hear the hit here. They make the contact right there, and hear the engine pop the second he hits the wall. And that's a day done for Josh Schaffner. Oof. That's somebody that really needed a good run here tonight in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. And that's going to be Schaffner off to the media tent to do some interviews. Because that'll be the end of that race, unfortunately.
Yeah, first probably a trip to the infield medical center, and then probably a trip into the kitchen to go get a snack.
Yep. Once
Sit
it
back,
gets clear,
watch the rest of the race here on Grid Vision, hopefully.
That's right. And we're live on Twitch as well. So if you guys got his options, you can watch us on YouTube, you can watch us on Twitch. We're going to be, we're all over the place here right now. And remember, folks, if you haven't yet, smash that follow button or hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Any interaction we can get, we will use. We will use and send you all kinds of information about the best shows on YouTube and Twitch for iRacing content. We've got shows all week. We're covering stuff over the weekend. Grid Vision is live, and it is in your face.
So we got some love here in the chat for Becerra and William Dini. So far, a good run for Becerra. Started the night off with the Tate Crosby Pole Award, currently sitting in 5th place. And William Dini kind of trying to recover. You know, started off 13th, got caught up in that wreck earlier, though. Probably getting a little bit of damage repaired here, leaving the pits as we speak. Sitting back at the tail of the field, but a clean car for the 82 machine. So we're looking for him to start charging to the front again.
And charging to the front. It looks like we're going to be going around one more time at least here before we get things started. Everybody sorting things out here. Lap 42 out of 175. Beautiful virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway tonight, folks. And the skies are clear, or clearish. It's a couple of clouds up there, but the sun is shining bright down here in virtual Las Vegas, and we are just glad to be here showing you the best iRacing has to offer here. And tonight, that's the OB's Builders Cup Series. It's 108 on the track. Yowza!
Yeah, we started out somewhere around 104 or something like that. Track temp's starting to rise up. I mean, it's not, you know, the hottest track we've ever seen here at Vegas. I recall a couple races where we pushing the 130 bracket. But it is starting to slick up here, especially with this rubber buildup. One thing you want to notice, too, these lines are going to be changing on these restarts. The more rubber they build up, cautions come. It kind of washes it away now. The rubber, you know, starting to stick to the tires like we see in real life. You can see right here, you can get a good picture of it. That outside lane, got all that black rubber laid down. That inside, though, everybody runs those first 2 laps under pacing, completely cleaned off.
Nice.
That's going to give that bottom lane a lot more get up here on this initial restart.
Beautiful restart there from the BK Designs restart zone. And we are green yet again here on Grid Vision. Ooh, look at this.
3 wide. Patrick Gitter trying to make things happen in the middle lane, but Becerra all the way down to the bottom. Great run for the 12 machine. Down through 3 and 4, though. Gitter with the preferred lane. Is he going to be able to get the momentum, or is the 3 machine in front of him going to choke off the clean air to the nose? Just barely ahead here for Patrick Gitter at the start-finish line. He's going to lead it by about a splitter. I always get so nervous on these restarts because I know how difficult these cars are to muscle around here in dirty air. You see right there, a bit of a slide. Becerra gets a little loose there in front of PB Henry. PB Henry chases him up the hill a little bit as they come 3 wide into turn 3 with Nicholas Isaacs up top. PB Henry going to roll out of it, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, he is. PB Henry, one to watch potentially here, up in the top 10 now. Up to 6, only 6 really from where he started. We've seen some other harder chargers, but PB Henry is one that is always around and always in this spot in the mid-pack, in the upper mid-pack, one to watch as the race goes on here. Here we got the onboard with Mr. PB Henry going into the turn. He's riding the line right now, staying down on the inside, trying to avoid chewing up those tires best he can. But with Joseph Causey right behind him, he's got a little bit of a challenge to hold on to this spot.
Yeah, PB Henry, that's the one that'll drive the wheels off it every second of every lap. together clean runs, but he's one of the more aggressive guys to get side by side with. We'll make these guys hurt once we get in a long run.
That's right. And here comes Causey, though, on Henry. The 88's high on the outside. Not pushing the limits right now. They're still neck and neck into the tri-oval, looking to cross the line together. Causey has it at the line. And into 1 and 2. Of course, it's going to be Henry. So I'm not so sure. It feels like Causey is just kind of happy to hang out around the high side here and to ride the wall in the middle lane. And that means he and Henry are going to be maybe neck and neck here for a while.
Yeah, Causey's just happy to be included right now, I feel.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Actually, he circles behind Henry at this point. And the 88 looks to get perhaps a better advantage point.
Also, how about a recovery for Thomas George? You saw him dead sideways out of turn 4, lost a whole bunch of spots, has worked himself back up through strategy up into 6th place, battling right now for a top 5 with Nicholas Isaacs.
Yes, sir. Not a bad run there. Well,
oh, here we go.
Maybe a rough run, but a better recovery.
DB Henry dives down to the bottom here on the apron, 3 wide, down into 1 and 2.
He takes the spot.
And with a slide job, going to send it in about 3 car lengths too deep, but he's going to make it stick. Shuts the door now in the face of the 99, and around goes Isaacs down the back straightaway and saves it.
Whoa, just Isaacs. He gets super loose, manages to save it. He's getting back in line, but he's going to be back in line quite a few places back now. Oh, they're around. They're around. I think that was Evan Say.
See the 72 machine, Shane Puller caught in it as well. The 19 of Justin Levine finds another wreck in the process.
Whew. She's not pretty. Let's go back and have a look. You can see the 72 here on the inside. 33 comes
Vincent.
Down.
Yeah, Chris Vincent bounces off the wall out of turn 4, comes down, hooks the 72 machine into Evan C. And at that point, they're all just passengers. And you see Levine get caught in the aftermath as well.
Yeah, and then it's just Beyblade.
What a no-good, dirty, rotten start to the season for Justin Levine, by the way. I don't think he's finished one of these races with a full car.
Yeah, you're right. It's been really unfortunate. We're back with this replay here. So right now, it's just been, this was probably our 3rd or 4th wreck for yellow. I think only our 3rd, actually, for cause in this situation.
No
With a track that's at 103 degrees or 109 degrees, though, or wherever it was, it's very high up there. 3 digits worth of track temperature. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of this yet.
Also, guys, bear with us. Our producer is absolutely beside himself right now in tears. He worked so hard on Levine's paint scheme this week, and he just got to watch it get killed in the front straightaway.
Yeah, oof.
Good, just have a little moment of silence for Austin Darbyshire. I was about to say somebody roll the pan flute.
Yeah.
No, that's something we need on the soundboard.
In the arms of the angels.
Oh, that hits another level.
Yeah.
Well, Levine's car's got paws all over it, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to sing about, no. All right, moving on. We'll keep it light here on Grid Vision today, folks. But, yeah, 1 paint scheme down here from the Grid Vision team. And you know what? It went down swinging. It was it was an unfortunate situation, but those 2 spinning cars now are on pit road. Oh, here we go. Here's the full focus here on the 19.
I kind of relate to the cone.
Yeah, the Patrick cone. I think we all do at this point, my man. Yeah, the 19 took a bit of a licking. It's going to keep on ticking, though.
And who's up here at the
Let's-
front, though? First starter of the season.
Ho, ho, ho. It's Austin Edstrom.
Said he didn't feel like asking any of his friends for a paint scheme, so he poached one off Trading Paints. Apparently thinks he's Corey Heim here in the Robin Hood Camry. But Austin Edstrom making some big moves here. Or is that the Bubba paint?
Ooh. Both.
Our producer says yes.
Well, if it's Bubba Paint, I'm here for it.
I don't like Corey Heim? Oh, man.
I like Corey too. I like Bubba, though.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Just
I just
throwing
like
it out there.
2311.
Yeah, I think that's what we're really getting at here. Is a kind of a 2311 guy.
Heck, even
All
I
right.
want to see Herbst do well this year.
And as we get ready, Austin Edstrom will be leading things off down from the inside. Brandon Passalacqua on the outside there. Still
Austin's-
have most of the cars on the field.
Austin, roll the dice with the strategy here. Want to get himself into clean air, get a couple positions picked up. If it goes how it has been, this could end up being a net gain for the 87 machine because he was running around 30th the entire early half of this race.
That's right. And as we come down to the line, I'm going to pass things to you, Sheldon, to get things called off here get things started here once again for the OB Builders Cup Series.
And through 3 and 4, the iRacing pace car making its quick descent down pit road as we roll into the BK Designs restart zone. And it's an early jump here for the 87 machine of Austin Edstrom as he tries to leave these guys in his mirror. Side by side right now for second place, Patrick Gitter. It's a drag race between him and Brandon Passalacqua, who's led the most laps here today so far. Down through 1 and 2, Gitter creeping around that inside line, going to try and roll up here out of turn 2, shut the door in Passalacqua's face and move the 21 Borders machine up to P2.
Can he do it? Oh!
No.
Door got shut. Patrick Gitter said, no way, no sir, no how to Passalacqua on that turn. Passalacqua said, all right, bet. I'll just move on up on the next turn. Made his way through on the tri-oval, and now they're side by side in the 1 and 2. I think Passalacqua's going to get the pass here, and Patrick Gitter is going to probably end up sliding back into third, but it looks like Gitter has not given up the ghost yet. Still charging forward here to hold on to second.
It's going to be a real hard pass for Brandon. Gitter, real clean racer, but he's pretty cutthroat when he needs to. He knows that if he can get past this 87 machine of Edstrom here, he can have his sights set for the lead, but Brandon Passalacqua going to use the slow car of Edstrom as a pick and try to hold him at bay as they come down into 1 and 2. Edstrom going to be smart here, though. Use his IQ level, what little bit there is, to roll out of these guys' way. Here comes Gitter across the nose, and Gitter's going to take the lead down the back straightaways. Passalacqua tries to fall in line. Oh, no, he doesn't. He sends it back down to the bottom, pulls a little bit of side draft through 3 and 4, moving the 21 machine up the hill. Out of turn 4, it's going to be a drag race again, but Gitter with the advantage at the stripe this time. Oh, sorry, Passalacqua.
Yeah, it's all right here. Passalacqua down, down, down. Gitter still holding on.
Yeah, Gitter just parked off the nose of Luke Christian there.
Now Luke Christian very close in as well. He's going to go ahead and try to lock Patrick Gitter down there. And I don't think that's where Gitter wants to drive the car. So I think that if he can get him down there and unsettle him a little bit, it'll be a much easier chance for the number 3 to make his pass on the outside.
Yeah, Gitter trying everything he can to hold on second place, but that 3 machine of Luke Christian desperate to get up here and get some points. Been a rocky start for him this season, and here comes the machine of PB Henry, and he's going to be the difference maker. He pretty much picks up the tires of the 3 car and runs down into turn 3.
That's it. That's it. Henry in the 95.
Oh, it's aggressive. But, I mean, it's PB Henry. Look at that. Just barely able to thread between the 21 and the 3, but he's going to do it. He's going to take the position down here in a 1 and 2 away from Luke Christian. Move PB Henry up to P2.
What a drive out of PB Henry. 12 places up right now. Everybody, with the exception of Passalacqua, in the top 5 right now is just about up to 2 digits worth of places. Or 10 digits worth of places. It's been impressive. Only Tim Wortman Jr., who's down a few from where he started, has any deficit. These guys are driving hard today. Everybody here is driving very, very hard today. Joseph Kazi up 20, Paolo Gallimore up 14, along with Luke Christian, Patrick Gitter, everyone working hard to try to make those places up, and the top 10, top 5 looks completely different than when this race started.
I was gonna say the move that PB Henry did there to get past Luke Christian for second place is probably one of the most badass things I think I've seen in a while. That was a high risk but high yield maneuver. You see out of turn 4, Tim Wortman Jr. a little bit of a struggle sliding up the hill right in front of Causey. As we got the battle for second heating up, here comes Luke Christian around the top line trying to get that spot back from PB. And Brandon Passalacqua was loving every second of this. He looks in his mirror. He sees these two racing hard behind him. He knows these two very aggressive drivers that are desperate to try and get up there to his back bumper. And he also knows that they are probably burning those tires up pretty well.
Yeah, they probably are when they're racing each other that hard and they're side by side the whole time. And if you're Brandon Passalacqua at this point, you're just thinking, how long can I stay up here and find the line where I won't burn up my tires at all and I won't be at risk in 20, 30 laps, and I won't have to worry about that quite as much.
Also another thing to note here, remember Austin Edstrom started this runoff in P1. 87 machine has trickled back all the way to 16th, about to lose a spot here to Chris Hudson as the 43 machine is looming in his mirror. And it was just learned real quick how important tires are with this build of the Cup car this season.
Return. Oh, this Cup car. With the what of this Cup car this season? I missed what you said there. The verb.
So you just learned how important tires are for this current build of the Cup car.
Current build of the Cup car. Yes, correct. Yes, the build of the Cup car is definitely talking about tire strategy. Is a major factor here.
I think last year, you could come out and be on older stuff, and you'd only fall back maybe a spot or two, for everybody else would kind of cycle back with you. You'd be able to use the dirty air to kind of play some games with guys behind you. But this year, it feels like these tires are so much more important than they've ever been in the Cup Series.
And I guess that's really good. That speaks great, to the tire model that iRacing provides here. It's not just about making left turns as fast as possible. You got to think with multiple brains here, and you've got to really play into a strategy about materials, which is very unique for an experience like this. And a material-driven strategy in a racing game, you just don't see it very often.
Yeah, it's all about skill when it comes down to tire saving. If everybody can run flat on the chip, full throttle around here every second of every lap, it's not much to it. It's more so luck of the draw. Also, current update, track temp, I've just heard from our Invisible Pit reporter, has hit 113 degrees. So almost up 10 degrees from where we started out. And I've got a feeling that's going to keep on building up as these guys keep putting laps down.
113 degrees. We are, if that's a trend, we're on track to challenge one of the hottest days we've had on a track here in the service, or at least one that we've called.
Yeah, we beat it.
Well, hell yeah. 140 is a pretty solid record for what it sounds like we've had here on Grid Vision. That's track temp, not air temp. Yes.
Yeah, it's totally Joe.
140 air temp would be insane.
I wouldn't even want to think about being anywhere near a Cup car if the air temp was 140.
Jesus, yeah, you're right.
These things radiate heat. I think, Indianapolis, 2018, they were about 135, 140 inside of the cockpit.
That's intense. Other intense moments right now. Currently heating up here on the field. We've got some two wide situations going. Let's talk a little bit about Patrick Gitter and Joseph Causey. Causey wants that fourth place spot. He's going to take it here high on the outside. Gitter down to the inside. He's still holding on to that inside line like he has been all night. The 21 machine slides back and is not going to be able to hold off Joseph Causey, who makes the pass clean and easy.
I think Gitter's doing what Gitter does best here. Talk about those long run drivers. Talk about Brandon Passalacqua. We talk about Adam Benefield a lot. Patrick Getter's another one of them, though. I mean, the guy got the win at Dover last week when everybody was threading and blowing tires by completely skipping the final pit cycle and just staying out and trusting his gut. And, oh, big wiggle there for the 97 machine of Holden. Right in front of Benfield. There's that arrow loose I was talking about.
An arrow loose, that's the second time we've seen that tonight.
Oh, a little bit of contact with Bizzaro, almost coming out of turn 4. 97's really struggling in the dirty air at the moment. But look who's charging up into the picture here.
Who dat?
Oh, blue and black 83 machine. Got a ways to go, though.
That's Mr. Adam Benefield.
See him working on 10th place right now. 28 machine Tim Wortman. Wortman going to slide high a little bit out of turn 4, and I feel like he might give this to Adam here. Wortman, one of the more classic style drivers here on the service. That's a little bit of a lift on the throttle coming into 1 and 2. Let's see, 3 machine go. Here comes Paul Hill now trying to take over 11th.
And up at the front, PB Henry is being slowly stalked by Joseph Causey. Henry just moving a little around the track, more than I'm expecting him to. Like, he's kind of weaving a little bit, not a lot, not weaving, but you know, just putting some defense on there a little bit, trying to keep Causey thinking so he doesn't just get the clean jump on him.
Yeah, what you're seeing right now is I think PB's doing a little bit of mirror driving, trying to keep clean air off the nose of that 88 machine. You know, it may not keep Causey from, you know, passing him in the long run, but what Henry's trying to do right now is just do anything he can to kind of get Joseph to burn those tires up behind him. If I'm Joe, I'm going to send it in high and bring it down to the bottom and really throw old PB Henry for a loop here. Oh, PB Henry just got taller in the car. That's crazy. He's a growing boy.
They got to make taller cars for him.
Yeah, his head almost came out the roof. I don't want the roof hatch popping up here.
Not today. Not today.
You save that for after you know, rip a burnout so you can pass tech.
There's about some right there in the car. As we go around and around and again, folks, we are just about under, well, we were just at the 100 lap left mark in this race. 100 laps left to go.
Time flying by here. See Causey lean on that outside lane here, trying to get a little bit of momentum to shoot him down the back straightaway, get to the rear bumper of the 25 machine in front of him, and pretty much locking bumpers down the back stretch into 3.
Let's see who's up here now, up at the front. More challenges. Here's the 15. And once again, we'll have a look at the situation with PB Henry and Joseph Causey. Causey very close now. A little ways further back, though.
Yeah, right. Here comes Causey. Working the outside line, huge run of momentum, gets up to the back bumper. If he can get to the right rear quarter, he could have a chance in a 1 and 2. Not able to get there, though. Got kind of bottled up there off the dirty air of the 95 machine. Looks like he kind of pushed him a little bit with the air bubble that comes off these cars. Now Causey going to send it high again through 1 and 2. Great surge down the back stretch, but unfortunately PB Henry's there, and I don't think you're going to get him on the bottom with these tires at this point.
No, PB Henry's got an advantage here in that he hasn't been driving as aggressive. Oh!
And a big shot to the back of the 95.
Tagged. Absolutely tagged. But it was a clean enough hit that Henry said, okay, all right, I'll back off a little bit. And it looks like Causey's going to slide around to the front of the car.
This ain't over. Henry's going to go for the slide job. I know him well enough. All over the back bumper, out of the back stretch, out of turn 2. And 3, still on the bumper. Careful, though. He's going to
Way
slide up
high.
the hill here. Caution's going to take the clean air away from the 95 machine. Make it real difficult for PB Henry. You see him wiggle right there out of turn 4. And now he's going to get right back to the bumper here in the tri-oval.
Here we go. Henry said, no way, no sir. I'm not going to let you have that spot that I've worked so hard over the course of this race to get. Oh!
Get her right now. Trying to pick up some spots that he lost. Still think Gitter's on a aggressive tire management run here.
And across the line we go. Everybody's looking really good here tonight so far on the OB Builders Cup Series, folks. Thank you for joining us here on Twitch, on YouTube, wherever you're watching from, here in the States, all over the world. We really appreciate having you. And, well, we're putting this on for you. So please be sure to reach out and let us know how we're doing. Chat us up a little bit. Let us know who you think is going to win tonight's race here from virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we will do our best to fire right back at you.
How about this for Causey, too? 2 weeks in a row. Podium run, strong performances out of that 88 machine. Sitting in third right now, finished second last week. Last week a little bit controversial, but a good run for him nonetheless. As we see Adam Benefield slide up here in front of Paul Gallimore, going to take 2 birds with 1 stone through 1 and 2, moving himself up to P6.
And those 2 birds with 1 stone, we're going to use another stone here to knock out a quick break here. Get some words in from our sponsors, and when we come back, we'll be doing some more turns in virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So, folks, thanks for being tuned in, and stay tuned. We got more coming up.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. visit iRacing.com.
Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Stealth Racing 260 here on the OB Builders Cup Series. We are having a fantastic night so far, and so are these racers going around and around and around. Brendan Pasalacqua, your current race leader, with Luke Christian racing him hard. Joe Causey in third for your 1, 2, 3 right now. Up here in the booth, it's me, Joe LaCastro, joined as ever by Sheldon Atkins, and down in the truck, it's Austin Derbyshire, the Great Vision Boys, bringing you the best in iRacing content over the internet, straight to your screens.
It's been a pretty clean run here for these guys so far. A couple wrecks early on, but we're in the middle of a long green flag stretch. A couple cars coming down pit road already to start kicking off the green flag pit stops. And one thing I got to shout out, it's been a dominant run here for Pasalacqua as we get a look at the guys on pit road right now. The 37 machine of Kevin Zosiak, as well as the 64 of Russell Black. Luke Christian signaling out the window as well that he's coming down to pit.
Looking good. Here comes that pit stop from Luke Christian. Christian down pit road right now. We're going to start to see some of these green flag pit stops start to happen. I think the strategies are slowly kicking off here. It's more of a yellow light situation than a green light for everyone to come down pit road. But you might see a big group coming down pretty soon here.
A little bit of a tight situation there for Levine. Gets up to the back bumper of PB Henry, slides up the hill. Isaacs somehow thinking that he gained damage there. Signaling over the radio asking if his splitter's messed up on the one machine.
And if we look through the field, my friend, the competition right now is centered around 8th place. That's how far back things are. We have a lot of single file, a lot of single cars, men like islands, basically, just sitting out there amidst the empty space. But back here around 8th, 9th position, as things start to get a little bit hot again. We got Daniel Wiles, who's down 5 from where he started in the 17 right now. He's hung out there in the middle. And then Paul Gallimore in the 11, trying to fend off a couple of a little more aggressive drivers, including Austin Hill. Or Paul Hill, excuse me.
Elmore doing a really good job here tonight. So is Paul Hill, though, hanging on to that 10th position. Pretty steep climb to the hill for Paul Hill, if I remember correctly, too. Because if I'm remembering right, I don't think he qualified tonight. Nope, started off 29th, worked himself up to 11th so far. So it's been a positive run here for the Debt Slayer Toyota Camry, as he's being followed right now by J.C. Gibson, who's moved up to P12. And honestly, the run of the season here so far for the 09 machine.
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably the run of the season for Gibson.
Oh, Levine tagging the fence in front of him. Levine still a lap down after the wreck that he got caught up in early here tonight. Oh, and Gibson gets it as well.
Gibson's there. Gibson's got a ways to go before he's going to be challenging Hill for that 10th place spot. He wants to break into the top 10. That gap that's just formed there between Hill and Gibson is just looking a little bit, not insurmountable, but it looks big enough that only some seriously concentrated driving or some slower driving on the part of Hill is going to bring that together.
One thing to note, too, is how dark this track is starting to get. Oh, this rubber's gotten worked in. It's making a big impact on the way these cars are handling. See through 1 and 2, it's pretty much top to bottom is dark, just about as dark as it gets. 3 and 4, a little bit of a tighter lane here. These guys have been running. Most cars still opting to run around bottom to middle. So you run board with Pasalacqua. let's give you a good sight here of just how much the track has changed. Remember, it was just so great at the start of the race. All this extra rubber on the track slickens the track up, makes it harder for your car to get into the corner, makes it harder for you to punch the throttle on exit. So if you're on the edge of having a handling issue at the start of this thing, odds are you're probably miserable right now behind the wheel.
Yeah. Oh, that would be terrible if you were miserable behind the wheel at this point in the race. We've had such a long ways to go. We are on lap 100 right now, or almost on lap 100, about to cross the line to get that. There we go. Lap 100, only 75 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Look at this, the Pasalaco starting to have a little bit of competition here. Patrick Gitter working himself up into the rearview mirror of that 6 machine. Gitter doing what Gitter does best. These long runs, these long stretches here on tires, always work in the favor of this 21 machine. And it's at this point, it is a battle between two world-class tire savers up here at the front of the pack. Causey hanging out in third, putting together a really good run on his as well. And if you look in fourth, the other one that we call out the most for tire management, right there. But down to the bottom here through 1 and 2. Here comes the 21 to Gitter down the Nellis straight. Great run for the 21 machine. Going to pull even and send it deep into 3 and 4. Passalacqua knows the 21's faster. Going to crack the throttle here. Let Gitter take the lead. And here we are, 101 laps in, and now the 21 up to the front.
Wow. What a trade of fortune there, a reversal of fortune if you're Brendan Passalacqua. But you're not going to challenge someone who's clearly got the kind of raw ambition to make it to the front, because you know that raw ambition can translate very quickly into wear and tear.
Well, at this point, if you're Passalacqua, you know, too, that 21 car is faster than you. He's carved through a whole bunch of traffic to get up here. And here we are at that late stage of the run where these tires are about ready to go. And he's got that much more pace. No sense in slowing yourself down. Here comes Joseph Causey, gets up to the back bumper. Looked like Passalacqua was going to try and let him have it, but Causey cracks out of the throttle, not wanting to get into a tangle coming into 1 and 2. Now Causey going to send down to the bottom of the track here. Out of turn 2, a drag race down the back straightaway again. And here comes the 88 machine to the bottom of the 3.
Down we go here. Patrick Gitter now still leading things off. Joseph Causey behind. Look at that. Brendan Passalacqua on the back bumper of Joseph Causey. But as soon as they get a chance to break and separate a little bit, Passalacqua just kind of allows it to happen. It just gets a little bit more relaxed of a drive in. I think that Causey's going to take advantage of that and try to continue to increase the gap between the two cars as best he possibly can. Whereas right now, the gap between them right now is them and Brendan Passalacqua is pretty sizable. And Passalacqua himself only just ahead of one of our lap cars there. Let's look at Reiner.
Who's in fitness? Yeah. Reiner, man, he puts together some really good runs week in and week out in that 22 machine. He always slips underneath the radar. But never count out Bryce Reiner, especially if we get into the late stages of this thing and he's got the track position. That's one driver that is certainly hungry for his first win here this year.
Could be tonight. Could be. You never know.
He's got to go through some of the best right now, though. Patrick Gitter up at the front of the pack, cross the stripe that last lap, ran a 31.313. Causey just a 10th off there in second place. Real good performance out of the 88 machine, but needs just a little bit more if he wants to get closer to the back of the 21. But don't breathe if you're the rest of these guys up in the top 3, because Adam Benefield running match times to your race leader here. Except for that lap, 2/10 off there for Benefield as he's starting to get into the traffic into the dirty air of the 6 machine to Passalacqua. Ran a 5 that last go around. It's going to be a 3:03 for 21. See Benefield take it down to the bottom here through 3 and 4, trying to get the run on Passalacqua. Closes up a little bit there. Here he comes, taking a peek down the front straightaway, door to door into turns 1 and 2. And if I know Passalacqua, I think he's going to crack it here. Yes, he does. Going to let the 83 machine work past. And Benefield now up to third.
Up 33 places tonight overall. Benefield cannot be stopped. The only thing that might stop him, maybe, is the 2-second gap, or the 3-second gap between himself and Patrick Gitter.
Veselakwa brings the 6 machine down pit road. Greg Carr almost takes him out of it, though. Big wiggle for the 25. And I think that's going to be a speeding on entry because he had them things locked up heavy.
I think you're right. I put money on that.
Oh, Veselakwa. I heard somebody say call it out next time. And I guess that's who it was. Brandon, gets lost. Just big focus on being competitive here, trying to catch these guys out. No, he lost on his own. Just not a good entry for the 6. I had close to the same problem in NIS last night. It is very difficult getting out of that pit road on old tires here with this next gen car.
There we go.
Up at the front of the pack right now, Patrick Gitter with a sizable advantage now over Joseph Causey. 1.6 seconds and growing as he worked down the back straightaway into 3.
Yes, sir. And then after that, though, look at that. 5 seconds down to back to Reiner between the 88 and the 22. A much larger gap there.
Third place runner, Adam Benefield, came down. He's got his car up on the jacks at the moment. Another handful of cars coming down. Bryce Rayner bringing it in now with the 22 machine. Nicholas Isaacs, Justin Levine, I guess takes the Joker lap here on the front straightaway.
Yeah, did he go real wide?
No, he just steamed through pit road at about a $1.60.
Huh, that is odd.
Yeah. I don't know what happened
He
there.
didn't kill
Look at the replay. I saw a flash of paw prints while you're looking at people on pit road. Looks like the car might be working over onto the right rear. Yep, there it is. Car gets loose, chases it through the grass. Look at this. Just narrowly misses getting a penalty there.
Oh, yeah, kept it off pit road.
If that tire would have gone over that line, that would have been a race over for Justin Levine.
Saved it.
Never mind.
Extremely
I
safe.
spoke too soon. He just came over the radio, so he has a drive-through for that. So
that's that. Drive through here at this point. That's going to end the race for him for sure.
It's quite the contrast to how he ran here last year too. OB Builders Cup Series, second in points just about all season. Causey about bent it out of turn 4 here, and this year it just doesn't feel like he's even had a finish inside of the top 25. Doing great in RTP right now, as well as NIS and A Open, but in OB Builders Cup Series, it's kind of been a wash here.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate, but
Race leader.
Here we go. Ooh.
Patrick Gitter coming down pit road for his 4 tires of fuel. He's going to pull Joseph Causey along with him.
Good timing for Causey for sure.
Did Gitter miss the box there a little bit? No, never mind.
I didn't see him back up.
Yeah, he's good. I was just tripping.
And trip we shall. Trip the light fantastic that is. Here in the beautiful desert sun. And here comes some more for pit road.
Patrick Gitter down to the flat of the track here through 1 and 2, getting ready to cycle himself back onto the racing service. You see him right in front of Justin Levine. Brian Johnson, the 4 machine, currently a race leader.
Gooder's not going to go too far, though, to get himself back on the lead lap as the race leaders are directly in front of him, or the race leader.
Yep, just the one.
Johnson signals out the window that he's going to bring the Ford machine down pit road for 4 tires and fuel this go around. And that right there, that's the difference.
Okay, we got some more pitting going on here. More green flag pit stops are going to be rolling through here.
It's a pretty clean entry.
That's beautiful. Oh,
Cool.
right as you say
Cool.
something.
A little late on the brakes, but if it's not a penalty, I mean, hey, if you squint, it's mint.
I like that. Never heard that one before, but I'm going to keep that in my back pocket.
I keep my my wallet in my back pocket.
I used to keep my phone back there, but I learned a very important lesson.
Oh, yeah, phones aren't butt cheek shaped. So when you sit on them, they don't, conform. They just break.
I learned the high quantity of crap food that I eat can break a phone real quick if you sit on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all those bones, buddy. You get a bony body. And right now, who's eating?
There's a Kurt Busch quote that could be used here, but I'll save it.
It's all good, my friend. We're out here on the track. We got 55 laps left to go here on the OB Builders Cup Series. It's Thursday night. It's a good time, folks. It's a beautiful day out in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we're going around and around and around. So nice to have you. I see people chatting now from Twitch. Hello, hello.
These guys are staying out the latest here. I think they're I'm wondering if we're going to be in a 1-stop or 2-stop split here between these guys. 'Cause a lot of these cars came down really early.
That's true.
Note the fuel mileage for the Xfinity car this week is 50 to 54. Not quite sure what the Cups is this week, though. We didn't go green long enough last night for me to find that one out.
That's fair. Yeah. We'll see. As the night rolls on, we'll see how the model helps or hinders here. And folks, with under 50 laps to go in the OB Builders Cup Series Thursday night race here, the Stealth Racing 260, we are going to take one more break, and when we come back, we'll cover the end of this race here from virtual Las Vegas. So stay tuned.
And welcome back to the Stealth Racing 260 live from Las Vegas. And we got ourselves a caution right in the middle of the pit sequence, and it's going to change things up here at the front. A couple guys got to stay out there, pushing the envelope, so we get to see what happened here. And it is 18 machine of car side by side here. 23 just slides up
grabs his teammate on the quarter panel, and around they go here on the front straightaway. That's John Bender and Alexander Carr, and that's not a good time. But one thing to keep your eye on here, Lou Christian, Chris Hudson, both stayed out as long as they could on that strategy, and it worked out for them. The gamble definitely paying off for these two, because they're going to be up here at the front of the pack with 4 fresh tires and a tank full of Sunoco race fuel.
That's where you want to be. You want to be calculate. You want to calculate things, and then you want to roll the dice. And maybe it's lucky that we're at Las Vegas tonight, man, because you're going to want to roll those dice sometimes and play your strategy at the exact moment where something like this could happen. It's exactly what you need to have happen, and here we saw it happen. So as everybody gets back and goes back around, gets things set up, I think we're going to finish up our little break, and then we'll be back to continue covering things here from Las Vegas. Fast. Been drinking coffee tonight. Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the Stealth Racing 260 here on Grid Vision. We're going around again, getting ready to get things started here. Lap 127 of 175. Me, Jolo, up in the booth with Sheldon Atkins, Austin Derbyshire, and we are just excited to keep things rolling here, as I'm sure these drivers are excited to get things kicked off yet again. It's going to be Chris Davis out at the front with Kyle Holden. Two names we have not mentioned so far at the front, but there we go in the BK Designs restart zone, and we are green yet again.
Yeah, your front four opted to stay out on old tires. Another roll of strategy here. Davis leading down into 1 and 2. Holden swings way wide. Here comes Mullins. Down the middle and around goes Isaacs off the nose of Christian, and he saves it. Oh, not quite. Back up the hill. Huge crash on the back straightaway.
Whoa.
Oh, Passalak was in it. Handful of others.
That was intense. Chris Vincent is saying, watch his ride along if we want to really get the eyes on the direct point of view on this one.
There you see Luke Christian gets up to the back bumper, pulls the one machine around with the air, just doesn't get out of it, stays into the bumper, shoots him right back up the hill. Heavy contact. Causey's night pretty much ruined with that. Ugh.
Yeah. It was like a magnet. Got that stuck to the front of Vincent's machine. He just could not shake Russell Black off the front there. And when he did, well, he shook him off right up into the track.
Oh, Thomas George grabs the tire pack on the back straightaway, and rumor has it he's still spinning to this very moment.
Did he ever return? No, he never returned.
Oh, look at that. Passalacqua had it missed and just right into the right rear tire, and I got a feeling that's going to be totally damaged for the sixth machine, who pretty much flat out dominated the first two-thirds of this race.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a mess. Oh, man. What a mess everywhere.
Oh, it was almost a clean 360. I can tell you it's killed now.
Round and round we go. Hey, can we maybe get that from Vincent's FOV or POV? See what it looked like when he was doing that push there. Let's see if maybe we can make this work out here. Fingers crossed, folks. And we got some people in the chat joining us here. Pierce, okay, here we go. From Vincent's right along. We are good. Oh, look at that.
That is a fetch me the brown fire suit moment right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Code Brown. And away we roll. Coming back off the line now. Back up to live here with the cameras. And we are looking at the cars on pit road. Some people who are still sitting there. Chris Hudson just rolls off the line. The 43 looking good. Joseph Causey's still on pit road back there. Rayner's still on pit road. And there's our man Isaacs. George in the 99. A lot of people locked up in that wreck now who are probably considering ending the night. Calling it a race. Safety vehicle is lit up as we get ready to cross the line again and see if we're going to go around another one or two more times here before we get things started off again here in Las Vegas. Folks, thanks again for joining us here on Grid Vision. As you, if you just joined us in the last 10 minutes, well, you just saw the big one. What was one of the biggest crashes we've had so far tonight. We've had a few individuals here and there. We've had some at the end of the line, mid-pack here and there, nothing really at the front, but this was the one that that I think took out more individual racers than just about anything else. Looks like Wesley Napier is going to go ahead and step out. Oh, I don't think he was racing. I think he was spotting. So we've got the possibility of a few racers here stepping out of the race. Very unfortunate, but you know that's the way they go. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't.
I just can't believe Nanki did all that. Horrible.
You're right. How could Nagy have done that?
Telepathically, wrecked them all.
Woo!
Field setting up here through 3 and 4, getting ready to go green. Chris Davis and Holden still in charge of the pack right now. Remember, they took a bit of a risk there on that last caution. Stayed out, picked up some spots. It'll be interesting to see how they're able to hang on, though, because got some hard charges behind him. Patrick Gitter, now the fastest car left on the track as we get ready into the BK Designs restart zone. Slowly creeping to the throttle, and the green flag is out, and not quite the start that Davis was looking for. Waited a little too long. Holden's going to be able to hold on to him coming into 1 and 2.
Yeah, this field is stacked up tight as that restart is going to keep things compressed a little bit here. And, yeah, Davis has his work cut out for him right now. They're 3 wide behind, though, for 3rd place.
And here comes Mullins down to the bottom of the track here into 3 and 4. And
He's
a
currently
great
the
pass
fastest
for
lap.
the lead.
That's right. Holy mackerel. He's currently got the fastest lap on the field, and he's the first man out in front. So, Mr. Mullins, way to drive tonight. Great drive. Still 2 wide up here at the front. Randy Mullins side by side with Chris Davis. Patrick Gitter side by side. Adam Benefield. Ooh, Gitter Benefield move up right next to Davis. It's a battle in the front for 2nd place.
That battle for 2nd place is going to be the battle for the win here before this is all said and done, with Benefield and Gitter have had the 2 fastest cars here since Pasolacco's been taken out. A big slide through 1 and 2, and the door shut in the face for Gitter. Here comes Benefield now moving, trying to get to the back bumper to the 54 machine of Mullins, but remember, Mullins, great pace as well. Do the older tires hold on for the 54 machine?
Do they? Let's see. Mullins kind of bouncing around a bit up there at the front, still doing a decent amount of speed ahead of Adam Benefield. Patrick Gitter right behind, the two of them once side by side, now in sequence. Looking for the second and third spots, looking to try to sneak up with Mullins. They're only going to get there if they don't fight each other too much. So they're not going to work together, but they're not going to fight each other. And I'm hoping that with that speed they'll gain from just staying in that series, the two of them will become a challenge for Randy Mullins.
Well, for Gitter and Benefield, the real race right now is which one of these two can go the slowest at the moment without losing too much time. It's all about tire management between these two. These are two real talented tire-saving drivers. And if it goes green to the end here, it's going to come down to how much, extra throttle you used here these first 10, 15 laps on this run. It's going to come back and bite you real quick. Because these two are two guys that don't let a single thing slide. They don't give up time. They don't make mistakes. Some of the best of the best.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of best of the best, Adam Benefield, currently second place. He's got the fastest lap in the race right now at a 29.503.
Oh, and side by side here out of turn 4, Paul Hill trying to take over that spot from the 9-7 to Holden. Not able to hold the momentum, though. Here comes a shove from the 28 of Tim Wortman Jr. Trying to get him back up to speed because Tim Wortman trying to pick up some more spots, too. Ran so great early in the race. Got a little mired there for a little bit, but back into the top 10 for the 28 machine. Definitely something to be proud of here tonight for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
J.C. Gibson's moved up into the top 10 here.
It's a good place to be. J.C. Gibson, not a name we've mentioned. We've mentioned him a couple of times, the 09 over the course of this race, but the top 10 is a great place to be. Let's see if he can hold on to it as he's going to push back against the 71 of Keith Long, who is keeping things spicy for him up here.
I think this has been the best we've seen Keith Long run all year.
Agreed. Yeah, Long looking to get in that top 10 himself. It'd be a great thing to have there, a top 10 finish on the board for any of these drivers
Chris
who don't
Davis
have one yet.
Almost gets eaten alive there by Kyle Holden. Got real tight through 3 and 4. Lost a lot of momentum. And just about had the right rear quarter panel blown off and coming down the straightaway.
Oh, man. That wouldn't have done wonders for him, unfortunately. But I'm glad it didn't happen.
Oh, look at the amount of spots that Davis is losing here. And it's just, you make the gamble. You try and stay out on old stuff, or you go with 2 tires. Sometimes it works real well. You got more often than not, it kind of turns up into a situation kind of like this, though, where you're just sitting there with the parachute hanging out the window.
Let's see if he can hold off anybody else. Davis, I mean, he's trying his best here. He's got a car high on the outside. That's J.C. Gibson. No, that's not J.C. Gibson. That's P.B. Henry, I think, right there on the outside. But Chris Davis has fallen back to 11th position, up 12 still from where he started, but a far cry from where he picked up this restart where he was out in front.
Also, look at this cycle back into second place here. Lou Christian in the 3 machine. Able to get back past Patrick Gitter and Adam Benefield. Now he's kind of holding these two up. And look who's running away with the lead right now. Randy Mullins now. We talked about Pasalakwa so early in the night, just being so dominant. But you got to remember, he's teammates with that car up at the front right now, and they're, I'm more than willing to guarantee it, they're running the same stuff under the hood. And here in these closing laps, I think Randy Mullins might have a convincing shot to really spoil this for these guys. And 3 wide through 1 and 2. Lou Christian stuck in the middle. Here comes Benefield down to the bottom of the track. Gitter with the momentum into 3 and 4, and they make contact. Up the hill goes Gitter. An incredible save, though. That car should have gone around, but that's going to open the opportunity for Benefield. He's going to shut the door right in front of the 21 machine, but here comes Gitter charging back.
That was wild. Well, we'll see if that was a double down moment that almost ended in a bust for Lou Christian. He's had to slide back now, losing a lot of pace here as he falls back in the field. The 21 of Patrick Gitter, though, has not lost step. Still in third with Adam Benefield charging forward, looking to see if they can catch up to Randy Mullins.
Get the camera here for a second, but hey, Joe, look.
Yeah.
It's Evan C.
Yeah, it's Evan C.
333.
Oh, big winner.
I'm an idiot. Please excuse me, everybody at home.
I'm missing. I'm the idiot right now.
It's the 33 car and the 3 car. It's the triple 3, but it's not the triple 3.
Oh, but it's not the triple 3, is it?
Because I think is the real triple 3 still out there? Or did Evan get destroyed? Oh, Evan. Oh,
yeah, he's parked. He's a part.
From the highest to highest last week to the lowest to lows this week. It's crazy how racing can humble you.
It can.
Shame
it can,
too.
but if
He
you,
had so much pace tonight. Ugh.
it's true. That's true. But if you add up Luke Christian and Chris Vincent, you do end up with the car number at least of one Evan Say. And so it's nice to see the 333 still on the track, even if it's not out there tonight. Evan, we'll get you back on the race next week for sure.
Well, that's if you combine the numbers. If you add them, you end up with somebody that we don't have yet, the 36. So if you're looking to join the league, come pop in, join the OB Builders Cup Series, get the 36 car. Unless you're Colby.
Yeah. Up here at the front, Randy Mullins actually is in a pretty secure position right now. Adam Benefield and Patrick Gitter have also split up their joined attack of the front course here. They've gained some distance from each other, and it looks like the top 3 now are settling in for the long run.
Well,
Lap 148 and 175.
I'll say if it was anybody else in second place right now, third place, Randy Mullins could probably breathe easy. But he's still got a long way to go. Just a little bit over 27 laps left in this thing. And you've got Adam Benefield and Patrick Gitter running second and third, and they're going to keep him honest here before sooner rather than later. Because Benefield and Gitter are both clicking off some really fast lap times here, and Benefield is slowly starting to creep his way up to the rear bumper of that 54 machine.
Benefield's got a chance to do something really impressive here if he can make up that speed all on his own and by getting up to Mullins and actually challenging him. He is closing the gap steadily as we've been talking here.
And the thing that I'm just really worrying about here from Mullins, you see how he's not able to get that car down to the bottom and get to rotate the same way that Pasalaco was earlier in the race or that Benefield is currently, and that's the difference. The more time you run up on that outside line early in the run, the more you're going to kill those tires. And here it is. Here comes Adam Benefield down to the bottom here through 1 and 2 to try and make the pass for the lead. Down the back straightaway, heavy side draft off the 83 machine, down into 3 and 4. Another flick to the right for Benefield as he sends it to the bottom of the track. And there's not a thing Mullins can do about it right now. He's going to try and hang tight, but big wiggle out of Benefield, but he's going to be able to shut the door. And Adam Benefield taking the lead now with 25 laps to go.
Flying, just flying. Adam Benefield is cruising through the field, and just making that pass was really impressive. The speed he's getting out of this car right now is really something. Now, it's the speed that he's getting out of the car, but it's also the speed that Randy Mullins is losing here. Remember, Mullins is on older tires than everybody else. He's got a challenge that's all his own right now, and Patrick Gitter is on newer tires. He's going to make that pass also, and he's going to put Mullins down in third.
Mullins going to get out of the way here, knows these two are faster than him, fall back in line, see if he can't maybe pick something up, cool these tires down a little bit, maybe make another stab at it in the closing laps. Right there, that's the difference. That inside line, I was telling you at the start of this run, the winner of this race is going to be the one that goes slowest at the start. Yeah, that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, I think you're right. Benefield, 35th place.
See PB Henry working his way past the lap traffic of Nicholas Isaacs. Isaacs got caught up in a wreck earlier here tonight. Unfortunate end to his competitive nature this evening. Caused another car that ran real well at the start. Flipping around here, getting lapped as well. Look at the pace that old PB Henry has right now, too. Running the inside line here, about to get up to the back bumper of the 09 machine of J.C. Gibson.
Solid. Built tough there, Mr. Henry. I almost said built for tough, but then I realized he's driving a Chevy, so that wouldn't really make any sense.
Yeah, don't be talking about the heartbeat of America like that.
I won't. Heartbeat of America. I see. I always associate Chevrolet with a specific dealership in St. Louis, Missouri. That always had a specific jingle that I remember.
I just always
But-
get "Like a Rock" by Bob Seger stuck in my head because they really hit it out of the park in 2000. Those old Chevrolet pickup commercials.
They did, didn't they? Those
No,
are
I was-
late
no.
'90s commercials too.
Look, I remember watching them on races in like 2002. They carried that program for a while.
Oh, like a rock. Yeah,
they
that
did the
was
whole-
good stuff.
Then they did the whole Chevy to the levee thing for about a year or two.
The Don McLean campaign.
Yep.
That's funny.
Like a Rock, way better. I mean, come on. How could you go wrong
Oh.
with Bob Seger?
You can't go wrong with Bob Seger. Down on Main Street. Love that. Love Bob
Night
Seger.
Moves, obviously Turn the Page, Hollywood Nights.
Oh.
Come on. You
Turn the
can't
page. Every old white dude's go-to karaoke song right there. I used to do weekly karaoke, and I can't tell you how many times that song came up.
Yep.
But let's get back to the race here, and let's see how things are going. 157 out of 175. We have less than 20 laps to go to wrap things up here from virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway on the OB Builders Cup Series Stealth Racing 260. So let's talk a little bit about how things are going. Well, Adam Benefield is out in front right now. He took the lead from Randy Mullins, and Patrick Gitter just put the, added insult to injury for Randy Mullins and took second place. So now the 1, 2, 3 is Benefield, Gitter, and Mullins, with Chris Vincent close behind in a 2-by-2 wide situation of Luke Christian and Paul Hill fighting it out for 5th place.
Paul Hill put together a pretty strong run here tonight. 6th place so far. And deep crawl through the field for him as well started. About shotgun on the field. And Luke Christian gets arrow loose out of turn 4. Chases it way through the grass. He catches some impressive air time in the process.
Good save. He's back. He's a little far back, but he's a little shaken. But he's still in one piece. Luke Christian's going to finish this race.
Shaken, not stirred.
That's right. He did not get the Beyblade treatment this time. Just shaken up a little bit. But that's going to take him out of the running for the lead and out of the running for the podium most likely here. With just 15 laps to go.
That's such a difficult position to be in if you're Luke Christian. You want to get mad that you got turned there, but it's a hard situation to be mad at too, though, because we all end up doing it. You got to take the air off the car in front of you sometimes. You can't just park your corner exit because you get close to somebody's rear bumper, and it's a bad situation to be in for just about everybody.
Here we go. Let's have a little look-see. See what happened here. See if we can get a little look at Luke Christian's best impression of a John Deere tractor. It's all right. Back to present day. We'll have a little catch up with Adam Benefield, and we can see that the field has gotten kind of quiet towards the end of this race. There is no battle for the front right now. There is no battle happening that's really in the top 10 at the moment. Everyone is kind of just trying to find a position to finish the race comfortably. There is some battling going on a little further back, though. Back around 10th place, we've got Becerra. Louis Becerra, a name we haven't mentioned since he was sitting on the pole position at the very start of this race. He's fallen back 10 positions right now. He's a little bit ahead of Chris Davis and Kyle Holden, a few other names there in the center of the pack. Sort of the top third of the pack, sitting around 10th place still. But Louis Becerra did great in qualifying and just couldn't find a spot for himself in the top 5 here during the actual race.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster evening here for the Tate Crosby pole winner, Louis Becerra, but starting to show pace when it matters most. See him starting to pull away now from Davis behind him. And it's not a top 10 run. I mean, that's, if that's what you got, then that's better than, 2/3 of the field. So I don't think he's going to complain too much about that. So still a good run for Louis Becerra. Not, the pace he had at the initial start, but hey, sometimes you just gotta claw it together. If I remember correctly too, I believe he got caught up in an incident very early on. So good rebound for him.
Yes. Yes, he did. Yeah, we had an incident within the first 70 laps there that I think he was one of the ones that got caught up in that. Bounced back and, well, still sitting somewhere around the top 10, sitting at 11th right now. So maybe he can crack into that top 10 before the end of this race here in about 9 laps.
Speaking of top 10, how about this for Chris Hudson? Last half of last year, did not go the way he wanted. The beginning half of this season hasn't, quite worked out either for that 43 machine. But here at Las Vegas, I know he's not super big on the mile and a half tracks, more of a short track road course kind of guy. Put together a stellar run here in the desert. Definitely got to be happy for Chris Hudson because it's, one of the guys in this field here that I don't think anybody ever feels any kind of bad blood towards.
Not at all. Still got to say, Chris Hudson, my favorite livery that I'm calling on iRacing right now is the 43. I love the P51 Mustang color scheme. I think that the chrome on the side looks sharp. It's rare you get a car that's so memorable looking, and so good on you, Chris Hudson. We're looking forward to more continued success here as the league rolls on.
Paul Hill moves himself into 4th place, now setting his sights on 3rd as he gets up to the back bumper of Randy Mullins here through 1 and 2.
What can he do? Let's see. Yeah.
About to open up the corner a little bit, maybe run up top. Yep, that's exactly what Hill is going for. Got to be careful, though. Vincent all over the back bumper. Don't want to get pulled around. And here comes Gibson taking a look down to the inside for 5th.
Run down to the inside. Can he make it work, though? Can he do anything with it?
He's got some good momentum here through 1 and 2. If he can just get clear out of 2 down the Nellis stretch, and he's able to shut the door right in the face of Chris Vincent. And that's a risky strategy there. Old Chris will give it back to you if he gets the opportunity, but I don't think he's going to get it right now because Gibson gets a good launch into 3 and 4 and hammer down the front straightaway for the 09 machine.
Hammer down. That's the way to do it. Potential trouble there.
And here comes Paul Hill getting up to the back bumper of the 54 again. Down the backstretch, not able to connect, though. The outside line working for Mullins. Here comes Hill working the top lane now. A good surge of momentum here out of turn 4. Going to get up to the right rear quarter panel potentially. No, Mullins sends it all the way down to the inside grass. But Paul's going to be there coming into 1 and 2. And this is going to be the first time he gets to look on the outside here through the first 2 corners. And I think this is going to be pretty hard for Mullins to fend off. Yep, here comes the surge down the back straightaway for the 26 machine into 3 and 4 and move Paul Hill up into P3.
Look at that, the skull, the smiling skull on that Dent Slayer car there of Paul Hill, sliding ahead of the OB Builders door and trim of Randy Mullins. Mullins, that car's livery covered in the rubber that's been thrown up on this racetrack over the course of 175 laps, 170 laps, with just 5 left to go. That's going to be Randy Mullins out of the top 3, leaving Benefield, Gitter, and Hill right now, aiming to cross the line, but we'll see what else can get shaken up here during these last 5 laps.
And what a good run for Paul Hill. It's crazy how that them top 3 cars, not a single one of them started in the top 15 tonight. Adam Benefield coming from just about shotgun on the field in 36th, Patrick Gitter from 18th, and Paul Hill started this thing off 29th.
Yeah, none of them were in the single digits. None of them were even in the top 15, like you said. And that just goes to show that we've had a night of strategy play out. We've had a night of luck play out. We've had a little bit of everything, a little bit of that spice from all directions here in stock car racing has come up and reared its head a little bit. And now that people we have at the top are not only the most skilled, but also in a little ways, they're the luckiest that are left here after we've had a couple of dust-ups also.
Through 3 and 4 here. Down the front straightaway, Adam Benefield with a 9/10 of a second advantage over Patrick Gitter to lead us to 2 laps to go for the Stealth Racing 260 here at Las Vegas. And it's been a great race here for Benefield. A lot of long green flag runs, what he's always looking for when he comes to these mile and a halves, and what he excels in. Just about everywhere we go now, down into 3 and 4 for the next to last time. And this flag right here, well, I mean, honestly, we don't do green, white, checkers, so any flag at this point would end the race. But across the stripe here, the 83 going to lead us to the white flag lap. A second lead over Patrick Gitter. And what a stellar night it's been. 36th place to first here, out of turn 2. Down the Nellis straightaway for the next to last time. You see him, or the last time you see him navigate himself past a little bit of lap traffic. And through 3 and 4 here for the final time. To bring home the Stealth Racing 260, as long as he can keep it straight one final time out of turn 4 across the stripe. This is going to be Adam Benefield winning in Las Vegas. And with that win, is going to come a nice payday too, $100 richer to the pocket of the 83 machine. What a night for him.
Yes, sir. What a night. Only 25 laps led out of the 175 that we just did. He spent 150 laps fighting for his life and getting to the front of the field. Here he is, Adam Benefield, your winner for tonight here from beautiful Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And what a finish. Like you said, Sheldon, 36 places he was in. He was in 36th place. He made up 35 places over the courses of those laps, and here he is now going to get to burn it down for us in winner's circle.
Oh, man, that's probably the worst thing that happened to us tonight is Benefield win, because he's probably going to lurk around in here till about 3 o'clock in the morning partying.
One can only hope, my friend. One can only hope. And in a few minutes, we'll have the unofficial results here out of Las Vegas. What a race, folks. We hope you enjoyed it here, and we got the unofficial results here. First things first, let's talk about the Team Birdie fastest lap of the race. It goes to your race winner, Adam Benefield, with a 29.503 accomplished there in the middle of the race. Very fast, led 26 laps here. Second place was Patrick Gitter, of course. Third was Paul Hill. Fourth, JC Gibson. Fifth, Randy Mullins, after a fantastic 21 laps led. Chris Vincent in sixth, PB Henry in seventh. Chris Hudson in 8th, Louis Becerra in 9th, and Brian Johnson in 10th.
Coming home in 11th place going to be the 97 machine of Kyle Holden, with Bryce Rayner coming home a solid 12th, up 20 spots for that machine as well. Coming home 13th place is going to be Chris Davis with Tim Wortman Jr. in the 28 and 14th. 15th goes to the 11 machine of Paul Gallimore, followed by 16th position tonight. Going to be the... Nope. Hang on. There, folks. 16th position going to the 3 machine of Lou Christian, which is incredible based on the amount of time he spent in the grass there. 17th going to Paul Whitley, with John Bender coming home 18th. 19th going to Keith Long, and rounding out the top 20 in the first car lap down tonight, the 87 machine of Austin Edstrom.
All right, after Austin Edstrom, 21st was Greg Carr. 22nd was Chad Kibbe. 23rd, Joseph Causey. 24th, Daniel Wiles. 25th, Jose Medina. 26th, Alexander Carr. 27th, Brendan Pasalacqua, after a ton of laps led. He led quite a few laps of that race. 28th, Kevin Zosiak. 29th, Dustin Hall. And 30th is Nicholas Isaacs.
Coming home 31st place going to be the 99 machine of Thomas George, with Justin Levine, another heartbreaker tonight, coming home 33rd. Or 32nd. 33rd place going to Richard Kleiman, with William Deeney coming home 34th. Then last week's winner, Evan Say, coming home 35th, with Shane Clore, Josh Schaffner, and Russell Black rounding out the 38 car field. What a night, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Wow. We want to breathe out after that one. After that, we're all feeling lucky, I think, after a beautiful race here from Las Vegas. And we're going to get a chance to talk to a few of the racers, too. I'm looking forward to that here. Let's see if we can get them up in the booth. And we'll start things off by talking with Paul Hill. Hey, Paul, can you hear us up here in the booth all right?
I got you.
Hey, my friend. Well, congratulations on that third place finish, my man. It was a hard-fought race, and there at the very end, you had a solid battle with Randy Mullins to make that pass. Can you tell us a little bit about just trying to seal the deal to get on the podium here?
Yeah, botched my cue, and it was a long, hard race to get through the field. Shout out to Adam. I think he started behind me and still won, but yeah, that was a lot of fun with Randy there. You know, just picking lanes. The dirty air is pretty fierce nowadays, so it's all about just picking a lane and hoping the other driver doesn't go in it, and working your way and getting the momentum and trying to drag them back. You know, this update, I feel like, has changed a lot of the ways you have to kind of dissect passes. Even if you're faster, you know, it takes, I mean, it can cost you a second on the car in front of you to get around someone fighting you. So it's really difficult. It's a lot of fun, though. He raced me clean. It was a hard-fought battle there for the podium, so, you know, no harm, no foul or anything like that. But it's crazy how hard it is to pass now.
Yeah, passing looked like it was pretty difficult. It wasn't happening a ton, but when it did, it was momentous. And you're right, Adam did start behind you and ended up, you guys ended up driving out all the way to the finish, very, very well. Was the track a challenge tonight? What was the biggest challenge for you tonight?
I picked the wrong car. I thought the track was going to stay hotter longer, and fired off on a way too tight of a car. Had to make some adjustments, so that last late caution allowed me to really throw a swing at it and loosen it up enough to be able to run that fence and really use all three lanes correctly there without overheating the fronts, because you know, like I said, with the dirty air nowadays, you don't have a loose enough car. Even if you are faster with a tight car, you can't really get around people because you've got to have enough cut and pivot. And I made a bad call being anxious and nervous because, you know, silly, and was kind of fighting tight conditions all race, which is like my least favorite conditions ever. I'd rather be facing the inside wall than knocking down the outside, but we made it work and came home with the top three, so I can't really complain.
Absolutely, my friend. And looking ahead a little bit, I want to just quickly pull up where we're going next time around. Looks like this week it was Las Vegas. Next time it's Darlington. You looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, I think it gets the 650 package or 750, whatever the short track. I'm not sure on that, but I think in iRacing we get the more horsepower and the less aero. So I'm super excited. I love that racetrack. Historically, I'm not the best there, but I think we can get a solid top 5 and just enjoy racing the track. It's definitely a driver's track, so I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent, my man. Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to calling it, and hopefully we'll get you up here in Victory Row in Victory Lane again very soon. But let's get a shout out first. You got anybody you want to shout out to there?
Yeah, I want to shout out my buddy JC. He just joined this league a couple races ago, and he had a stellar night. He made all the right calls, and I think he finished right behind me in 4th. So I want to shout him out. All the guys over at BFCC, Bigfoot Chassis Collective, we put in work on this car. We kind of didn't know where we would lie with no officials this week and only one NIS. So we didn't really know exactly where our car was going to be. But I feel like we did pretty well, all things considered. So I want to shout out all those guys that put in effort, Joe and Richard Garcia, Chad Sanner, all the guys over there that we all put our heads together and come up with a car. So I want to thank them as well.
All right. Well, thank you, my friend. Everybody, that was Paul Hill. And Paul, hopefully we'll be talking to you very soon.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right. That's Paul Hill. Next, we'll move on to Patrick Gitter, and I'll pass the microphone over to Sheldon Atkins.
Sitting here with our second place finisher here tonight. Led a handful of laps, had a bad fast for this hot rod tonight. Patrick Gitter, and man, just talk to me about the race. Those closing laps, it seemed like it was a battle for who was going to get past Mullins first.
Yeah, man, it was. Dirty airs. Still important in this car with these updates. We had a fantastic long run car. If we could get 40, 45 laps on a run, it was phenomenal. The short run wasn't as strong, and so that said, I just knew I was like, I got to try to get some clean air and try to hold on to it. But that very last run, whatever it was, 35, 40 there at the end, we had a great long run car. Short run wasn't there, so just something we'll need to work on for other races we got coming up this week.
That was a good, strong finish for you here tonight, though. $50 richer as it sits too. Randy told me to tell you guys as soon as we were done here tonight. How you feeling next week, though, going to Darlington? You know, I know you're always stout when it comes to tire management. I know a track like that is literally the bread and butter to get around that place at any point in the run. How are we feeling next week?
Yeah, I mean, I always like running Darlington. It's fun. I mean, it's a fun track. It's very technical. A lot of people would argue the opposite because of how difficult it is to pass, which it is. But I mean, I don't know. I like that the history with Darlington and just the vibes you get at Darlington. Everybody's running throwback cars. It's a lot of fun. So I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but I feel like we've always had some pretty solid cars at Darlington. So I mean, I think we'll have another one. And we'll just kind of see how it plays out. Be interesting to see how the racing goes with the updates with this car and the tire management there.
Here's a question for you. With it being Darlington, we expect to see any cool Kevin Harvick throwback paint schemes next week?
Man, I doubt it.
Look, I'm just gonna say,
throw together paint. I already got one kind of, so I know the
I mean,
paint's
it's
kinda
close
versed on
enough.
it, but yeah, I'll probably chalk that one up to my throwback for next week.
you might want to change it up though. People are gonna start accusing you of running an Austin Dillon paint scheme here before too
Oh,
long. You
man.
know,
Yeah,
these
I know.
kids don't know anything anymore, man. Colby
Yeah, that's
probably
right.
thinks that's what it is.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen that one on track, but I've enjoyed running it. I mean, I'm a big RCR fan. I grew up, a few minutes from their shop, so it's fun to do a throwback to them and something that looks kind of like something they run. So.
Hey man, if you decide you want to change it up though, you'll get big brownie points for me. If you throw like the ET car together or the GM Goodwrench Steelers now sell tires paint, like
Yeah,
we're going
I'll
pretty
keep it in mind. I'll keep it
old
back-
school
back-
here,
back
but
pocket. Yeah.
something to think about. Either way, man, congrats on the big finish tonight. Good run. Look, 21 car looks fast anytime you go somewhere for tire management. I won't need you to maybe tell me how you make that work at some point, but round all out here. Who do you want to thank and shout out for the podium performance this evening?
Yeah, man. You guys in the booth for calling the league. Randy for putting the league. I can always count on long green flag runs in this league. I mean, I think it's arguably the best league as far as long runs and green runs. I can always count on it in this league. Shout out to Matt for putting together another great car this week. Teammates, Derek Heitman for helping us put in laps to get the car where we need it. Felt strong. That was a fantastic car. I think we just need a few clicks or tweaks here and there to get it where we need it for later in the week. But I think that's all I got. So appreciate it, guys.
Well, thanks for coming up here and talking to us, Patrick. Congrats on the
Oh,
second
also
place.
shout out to Adam. Adam had a bad fast car. He deserved that win. He earned that one. And then third place, Paul Hill. Nice. Yeah. So shout out to those guys for the podium as well. So appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming here and talking to us. Have a good night, Patrick. And look forward to seeing what you do next week at Darlington, buddy.
Yes, sir.
And now, Joe, you get to sit down here with the life of the party and somehow the most nonchalant driver in the field, but Adam Benefield.
Adam Benefield, can you hear us all right?
I got you.
Hey, all right. Well, congratulations on that finish, my man. How you feeling after that?
Feel good. Feel really good. Car was good, Harry.
Yep.
That one went
Car
right
was
over his
fantastic.
head, but you got me.
I think that was a day. Wasn't that a Days with Thunder
That
reference?
was yes, exactly.
Ha
Good
ha.
work, Joe. Hey,
Ha!
everybody clap.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, everybody. This is all about me. No, this is about you, Adam, and your fantastic victory here. Las Vegas, 26 laps led with the fastest lap as well. What were you feeding that thing this week? What did Team Conti put in that car?
It was just pure nasty, badass talent. Some people have it, some people don't. Luckily, I'm blessed with it. It's good to see my son finish second. Taught him everything he knows. Clearly not everything because he still got drugged really bad. But you'll have that in big time sim racing.
Mm-hmm. That's very true, and you managed to get around it. You came from. This didn't start well for you. I'll just be honest. You started in 36th place. Was that just a bad qualifying? Was it a bit of a hiccup for you when the race started, or did you kind of say to yourself, "I want to start from the back and work my way up to the front"?
Oh no, yeah, we didn't even do a qualifying lap. yeah, we just started back there to try to prove a point to get her that I'm better than him.
Yeah, well, looks like you did. I'd say so. You got all the way up to first, managed to hold him off, and with some incredible battles there, up at the, especially towards the end, before you just walked away with it in the last about 15 laps there, setting up an incredible lead and just showing them all how it's done. Is there anyone you want to shout out to or thank for that great drive today?
I'm really not that much of a jerk. The car was really good.
It's all right.
I can only carry it on so long, but no, the car was good. Like Conti freaking put out a really good piece this week. Me and Sheldon did NIS last night and kind of went back and forth through messages, and you know, I made a comment to him. I was like, man, it's a fast hot rod, and I just like I went back and forth about qualifying, and I wanted to, and then I got distracted by something, and it didn't work out. So we started back there, and we're just going to kind of. I really wanted to try to see what these updates and the air and the way this thing drives in dirty air, just kind of see if what I learned last night works with a hotter track and less wind, and it did. So that's good info for the races that we got coming up rest of the weekend. But I thought we were in trouble. I have a bad habit of not listening to Conti, and so I made an adjustment on the first stop, and that's when we got the long green flag run, and took it a little too far, or a little too close to the edge, and put me where I had to pit way before Gitter. And I knew that the race was over after that. Like Gitter's really, really good. He like, we raced with one another on the same team for a few years, and in a couple of leagues, like, he knows exactly the way that I drive, and he drives the exact same way. He is really gotten really good at managing his tires throughout a run. So I knew I needed a caution, and I got that, luckily. And then I knew that with him, it was going to be the battle to who got clean air first, or who was in front of who. Because the only way either one of us was going to get by one another was probably by hitting one another, and that's a line that me and him won't cross.
Good.
Too much respect for one another. So I got lucky and got to clean air before him, and it was just clicking laps. I got to give a shout out to my guy, Brendan Hastings. He told me a little couple of tweaks to do to it on a pit stop, and I got that thing in clean air, and it was riding.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was doing. You rode straight to the victory here, and straight into all of our hearts. Wonderful finish.
Before we get
what's up?
Forget to Adam, you'll be pretty happy to know that bank account's going to look a little bit better after night two. $100 prize on the line this evening.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about it till Randy messaged me and told me that. So that's another thing I can wave in Gitter's face and tell him how bad he sucks.
Oh man, I love it. You love to hear it. Well, you spend those $100 on a T-shirt that says Patrick Gitter can eat my dust.
That's right.
I think I've probably got something better cooking there in the back of the brain, and it's probably not airable.
Probably not.
Nah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we're gonna let you get to those plans in and get to your celebrating for this wonderful finish here from Las Vegas. Adam Benefield, first place, the man in victory lane. Thank you very much, Adam, and we will talk to you hopefully here very soon.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to be it for Adam, and that's going to be it for us. Sheldon, take a breather, buddy. How you feeling after that one?
Man, what a great race here tonight. I love Las Vegas. This is hands down one of, I'd say, up near the top on my top 5 list of tracks that we go to every year.
And the OB Builders Cup Series put together a stellar performance tonight. Great race from start to finish. Got a little rocky there in the middle, but everybody really cleaned it up so we get some really good long green flag runs at the end. And if this track is up there in the top of that list, well, we're going to my number one all-time favorite and the first track I ever got to broadcast from next week, Old Darlington, Lady in Black, and that's going to be one that you're definitely going to keep your eyes on next week, guys, because as a track that chews up drivers and race cars quicker than you can bat an eye and is always so much fun to watch.
Yes, it is. It chews them up, it spits them out, and it's going to be one to watch next week, folks. So be sure to tune in next Thursday to the OB Builders Cup Series when Grin Vision comes live to you from Darlington Speedway. But in the meantime, folks, that's going to be it. We're going to wrap things up from the Stealth Racing 260 here at virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And from the entire Grid Vision team, we want to thank you for watching and participating in the chat, folks. For more information on how to get your league broadcast or supported by gridvision.live, hit us up on Facebook, Discord, or info@gridvision.live. Big special thank you goes out to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash SimCams, who provides the beautiful cameras we use on all of Grid Vision's broadcasts. And hey, Twitch fans, if you're out there on Twitch, stay tuned. We're going to go off the air and we're going to raid another member of the iRacing community. Going to send them some love. So congratulations again to Adam Benefiel on winning tonight's race from beautiful Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This has been Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and Austin Derbyshire. And hey, we'll see you next time on the grid.